Mr. Jess Goodenuff?
Yes.
I have a warrant for your arrest.
What's the charge?
Well, you've been charged under Romans, Article 6, Section 23. You are condemned as a sinner and not being God's will for your life.
You've got to be kidding me.
Now, Mr. Goodenuff, after reaching your rights, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney, and because we know you can't afford one, the court's already assigned you a defense attorney. Do you understand your rights, sir?
Yes, but I'm no sinner. If it's a sinner you want, why don't you arrest Fred Sophie?
Tell it to the judge.
All rise. Hear ye, the mighty one, God, the Lord. The honorable I am speaks and summons the earth. She summons the earth so that all may hear her judgment.
Be seated.
Your Honor, the first case is Mr. Goodenuff versus the state. He is charged with being a known sinner and continually falling short of God's desire for his life.
How does the defendant plead?
Your Honor, I plead not guilty.
Excuse me, Mr. Goodenuff, but where is your defense attorney?
Well, I kind of figured I'd defend myself.
You are aware that a public defender will be provided for you if you so desire, aren't you?
Yeah, thanks, but I won't need him.
Okay, that's your decision. So that's your plea then, not guilty?
Not guilty. I intend to prove to the court that I am basically a good guy. A nice person. Hey, at heart, I'm no worse than anybody else.
Are you sure you won't accept the public defender's help?
I don't need anyone's help.
Let me instruct the court that the burden of proof lies with the prosecutor. To succeed in her case, she must prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mr. Goodenuff is a sinner. To succeed in her case,
The defense would like to call Mr. Paul Hilke to the stand.
Mr. Paul Hilke to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Paul. Tell the court how long you worked for me.
About 10 years.
And in those years, you've seen the quality of work I do.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it work.
So you know that I'm one of the most conscientious men that you have ever worked with. That I only do top quality work.
Oh, yeah. Jess always does real good work. I remember one time he got mad at the foreman because he asked us to work some overtime. Jess got so mad, he threw his hammer, he kicked a toolbox, he screamed at me, and he even cussed out a ladder. But despite all that, Jess always does real good work.
Thank you. No further questions.
Take my word for it, he always does top quality work. He may throw temper tantrums, but he always does a good job.
You may be seated.
I know he may groan and gripe all day and be a royal jerk, but he always does good jobs.
Objection! I move to strike.
you wish to have the witness's testimony stricken from the record?
No, I wish to strike the witness across his big fat mouth. Hey.
Aha! Your Honor, I would clarify one little point in your testimony. Are you telling us that Jess Goodenuff is basically a good guy?
Yeah.
So he's essentially a nice person?
Uh-huh.
At heart, he's no different than anybody else.
That's it.
Let me get this straight. Are you telling us that Jess Goodenuff is perfect?
Well, no, of course not. But who is?
Exactly. No further questions.
The witness may step down. Mr. Goodenuff, you may call your next witness.
The defense calls Mrs. Amy Goodenuff to the stand.
Mrs. Amy Goodenuff to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Hi, sweetheart. Have I told you how much I love you? Have I told you about how I vacuumed the house for you today? I bought you a flower. Oh, and I found that anniversary present that I forgot to give you last year. Sweets to the sweet. Mrs. Goodenuff. Amy. Honey. Tell the court how long you've been married to me.
10 long,
And wonderful.
whatever, 10 long and wonderful years.
And over those years, you could say I've been a faithful husband.
Okay, now is faithful the same as good? Okay, wait, yes, Jess has been a faithful husband.
Thank you. No further questions.
Does the prosecutor wish to cross-examine?
Yes. Mrs. Goodenuff, you obviously agree that Jess has been a faithful husband. Are you then telling this court that he's basically a good guy?
Well, yeah, basically.
So he's essentially a nice person?
Well, he is a person, and he can be nice.
So at heart, he's no different than anybody else.
If you put it that way, I guess not.
Would you go so far as to say that Jess has been the perfect husband?
Jess? A perfect husband? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
No.
Perfect husband.
No further questions.
I told you to plead insanity.
Mr. Goodenuff, you may call your next witness.
The defense would like to call Pastor Steve Kriebel to the stand.
Pastor Steve Kriebel to the stand.
That's Crable.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
What do you think? I do.
Be seated.
Pastor Kriebel, would you say that Jess Goodenuff has been a regular attender of your church?
Jess Goodenuff? Jess Goodenuff, you say?
Yes. Please tell the court that Mr. Jess Goodenuff was a regular and faithful member of your church.
Objection, Your Honor. He's leading the witness.
Sustained.
Jess Goodenuff. Jess Goodenuff. Maybe they had a picture or something.
It's me, you idiots!
Objection, Your Honor. That was abusing the witness.
Sustained.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I recognize you now. You're the young man that sleeps in the third pew from the back every Christmas and Easter.
Thank you. No further questions.
Yeah. You came 2 weeks in a row when you had that hernia operation in 2015.
Does the prosecutor wish to cross-examine?
Yes. No.
Just one, Your Honor. The defense would like to call Mrs. Myrtle Goodenuff to the stand.
Mrs. Myrtle Goodenuff to the stand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Be seated.
Let the record show that Mrs. Goodenuff is my own saint of a mother. Mrs. Goodenuff, do you recognize this card?
Of course I do, honey. That's the card I sent you back in January when you gave me that beautiful birthday present.
Your Honor, I would like to enter a portion of this card as defense exhibit number 1. Dear Jess, thank you so much for the lovely birthday present. I am so proud of you and thankful that I have such a wonderful son as you. I am constantly bragging to my friends about you and your family. And then it continues on a little bit, but it ends with the words, I love you very much, Mom.
Ms. Prosecutor, do you wish to cross-examine?
Yes. Could I see that correspondence? I noticed that you left out some parts of the card. I am constantly bragging to my friends about you and your family. Okay, now you read that, but you left out the next sentence. They all really agree that you've turned your life around. Turned your life around? Turned your life around from what? Isn't it a fact that he hasn't always been a saintly son? Isn't it a fact that for most of his miserable life, he was a sickening sack of sordid sin who was a source of sorrow to family and friends?
But he has really been a good boy.
Good boy. Like that time in 2010 when he was arrested for public intoxication?
Well, no, but...
He's always been a good boy. What about the night in 2012 when you prayed to God that he would save him from the drugs and the drinking?
How did you know about that?
How do you explain the summer of 2015 when for 6 months, 6 days, and 6 hours you doubted his marriage could even survive?
Well, nobody's perfect.
You don't say.
The witness may step down. Do you have any further witnesses, Mr. Goodenuff?
What for? It's hopeless.
There is no one that can come to your defense?
I have no defense.
Yes! Order in the court. I will not tolerate outbursts from you. Ms. Prosecutor, do you have any witnesses?
I don't need any witnesses.
If there are no further arguments, then I must render a verdict. I remind you all that I take no pleasure in doing this. Let no one think that I in any way enjoy passing judgment upon the defendant, but as was stated from the beginning, all the prosecutor needed to do was show beyond a shadow of a doubt that the defendant has sinned and fallen short of what God desires. Sadly enough, it was Mr. Goodenuff's own defense that provided the prosecutor
Call the
with all
public defender.
damaging evidence.
What? You need the public defender.
What's the news?
He's really good.
Why do you call him good?
He's never lost a case.
But I'm already lost.
He's the judge's son.
I find the defendant.
Your Honor, whoa, time out. Hold on a sec. Is it too late to call for the public defender?
Objection! This case is history. The evidence has already been submitted. He's guilty as sin.
You shut your mouth. I warned you about those outbursts. Mr. Goodenuff, I caution you to not play any games with this court.
Your Honor, I knew I made a mistake when I didn't call for the public defender, and now I throw myself down on the mercy of the court and beg for the public defender.
Call the public defender.
Hello, Mr. Goodenuff.
Hi. Boy, am I glad to see you. Here, have a seat.
Are you serious about this?
Sure.
No. I mean it. Are you truly sincere about this? Are you ready to trust me with your entire defense?
Yes.
You'll do everything I ask?
Yes.
I'm gonna have to ask you to change your plea to guilty as charged.
What? Guilty as charged? The prosecutor will eat me alive.
Don't you trust me?
Okay, what do you want me to do?
I just want you to plead guilty. Your Honor, my client wishes to change his plea.
Mr. Goodenuff, is it your wish to change your plea?
Yes. Guilty as charged.
What? Guilty? That's your defense? Guilty? So if I say, you're a sad excuse for a sin, you'll say, I'm sorry, didn't quite catch that.
Guilty.
I can't hear you.
Guilty.
I say you're nasty to your coworkers.
Guilty.
I say you have not been the perfect husband. I say you've barely been a husband at all, and you have ignored all of your responsibilities.
Guilty.
You're hardly dedicated when it comes to church.
Guilty.
You broke your poor mother's heart.
Guilty.
You are a sinner. You're not even close to what God desires.
Guilty, okay? I'm guilty as charged.
I rest my case.
Does the public defender have anything further to say?
No, Your Honor, I rest my case.
What? You rest my case? You're guilty of sin and you just rest my case?
Don't be afraid. I know what I'm doing. Just trust me.
Both sides having now presented their case, it now becomes my responsibility to render a verdict. The defendant and his counsel will stand for the rendering of the verdict. From the outset, it was understood that to gain a conviction, the prosecutor had to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Mr. Goodenuff was a sinner and that his life fell short of what God desires. Both the testimony and the evidence would have been enough to convict you, Mr. Goodenuff. But by your own admission of guilt, you have made my verdict very clear. I have no choice but to find the defendant guilty as charged. The penalty for this crime is clearly stated: the wages of sin is death. I hereby order that he be remanded to the custody of the jailer until preparations can be made for his execution. Case closed.